Hey, how's it going and welcome to another video. Interspecies reviewers, for some reason the most controversial anime show of January and February, I guess. So this is a show that I would assume like most people watching only really heard about because of the grand, vast controversy surrounding it. So basically the whole big controversy surrounding this show is that Funimation had it on their website. And then after a few episodes, they realized, oh shit, wait a minute, like, the actual content in the show? Like, that's what baffles me, is the fact that they should have known going in what this fucking show would be about, but they just didn't check, I guess? So basically, Interspecies Reviewers is a show about a group of people who exist in basically, like, a fantasy world where all the different, the classic, like, fantasy world species exist. There's lizard people, there's fairies, there's, like, every kind of Dungeons and Dragons, like, Western mythology sort of creature you can think of. But then it's also loaded to the brim with, like, monster girls. There's, tentacle girls, there's horse girls, there's cat girls. Just, like, every kind of species or creature you can imagine exists in, like, a humanoid form. And what's also super legal is prostitution. So the world is just filled to the brim with these brothels that are, like, unique to the different species. So there's, there's fairy girl brothels, there's, cowgirl brothels. And the show is about this group of adventurers that basically go from brothel to brothel, like, reviewing the sex and the girls. So that amazes me, the fact that Funimation didn't even take the time to, like, search on Google what it was about and read literally the plot summary on Wikipedia to stop and think, maybe this isn't something that we want to, like, have on our website. But anyways. So I had heard about it because of this grand controversy, and it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, I'll get around to it eventually, but then my girlfriend started, like, showing me screen caps of it, and told me about this part where one of the characters shoves, like, a sausage up this, like, fire girl's pussy to cook it, and I was like, okay, hang on, I think I gotta watch it then. And I very thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I watched all of the currently available, there's like 5 episodes out right now, all the episodes in one sitting. Which is pretty uncommon for me. I'm usually like a watch one episode, then come back to it in a few days kind of guy. But no, I just zoomed right through these episodes. And I think the best thing about it really is just the concept itself is so funny and you can do so much with it. And not only is it funny, but it's also like really kind of interesting, I guess, in a way. It really satisfies a certain like sexually curious lobe in the human brain, or at least that's how it was for me. Because you just know, like, if our reality was actually like this would be happening. Like, there would be shit tons of interspecies brothels, and it would just be, like, a clusterfuck of sexual relations. And just the ways that all the different species and, like, different characters have views on their sexual experiences is always really funny. Like, one of the big recurring things throughout the show is the fact that humans and the other species have, differing views of elves. Humans apparently just can't tell the age of elves, and, like, I sure fucking can't. Because all the elves in the show are, like, super hot, they got big tits, they're, like, really sexy, young-looking. But all the non-human people, like, whenever the main human character Stunk, whenever he fucks an elf, all the other characters are like, ew, dude, you're fucking that? And then, when it comes to the reverse, like, a lot of the non-humans are perfectly okay with the idea of fucking a big fat, like, 50-plus human woman. And so the conflict of interest and kind of the discussions about, like, the characters and species sexualities is really interesting. And there's really no taboos that they're not willing to at least, like, kinda explore. Obviously, there's some limits, like, there's nothing grotesque and just awful involved, but they're totally not afraid to be like, yeah, what's it like fucking a fairy? Like, let's do a review of fairy sex. And there's this one episode where they all take gender-changing potions so they all turn into women. And one of them gets fuck-obliterated by a slime girl, and the other one has sex with, like, I think she was a hyena girl? It's either a hyena or a coyote. But all female hyenas have these, like, pseudo-penises that are bigger than male penises, so, like, it's basically like a furry Fuda girl fucking them. And it's also pretty funny. Like, I found myself consistently laughing throughout pretty much every episode. Like, there's this one episode where they go to, like, try to fuck a Cyclops girl. And they go to the brothel, and they're like, what do you guys specialize in? And the dude working there is like, well, our specialty is size. We have them big. And the little tiny dude, Conchal, who's probably my favorite character, I love that little guy. He's all like, I want the biggest you have, expecting it to be like big tits, but instead they bring out this Cyclops girl with an enormous eye, and he's stuck like having to fuck her and put eye drops in her eye to like sexually stimulate her. It's like, what? And it also manages to, I don't know how they pulled this off, this is incredible, but it manages to be both really entertaining and actually kind of hot at the same time. Because, you know, a lot of the time when it comes to porn, or just like, I don't know, anime in general, you kind of have to pick and choose between either it's something you could jerk off to, or it's something you can actually watch and be entertained by. But this show's kind of dual purpose, you know? Like, if you want to watch it to have a nut, then, like, go for it, dude. But if you want to watch it just to be entertained and to laugh and enjoy, like, a fun show, then it's got you covered as well. Yeah, really funny show. It just has a really nice sort of structure to it as well. Like, there's the pre-sex, deciding which, brothel they're gonna go to, the actual at the brothel, like, learning what it's all about, and then the fucking of the girl, and then the review. So yeah, really fun show, enjoying it a lot. I was expecting a lot more just like horny rather than entertaining. But no, it has a great balance of both, and it's definitely something I'm looking forward to watching like every week whenever the new episode comes out. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.